It's weekly wisdom time. Hello, hello, hello. You are listening to the Manifest on Purpose show. I am your host, Kimbaley. I am here to elevate you to a higher state of consciousness, and I do that through helping you elevate your mindset. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of the people that you have brought along with you. Thank you for subscribing here and on the website. Thank you for liking this video and sharing this video. And you know why I do what I do. The God in me loves the God in you. Let me tell you, people tell me that you shouldn't say that you're busy. So I'm not even going to say I'm busy, but let's just say it's been a little productive around here. And I want to know, where did September go? September came and is almost gone, and I'm still in August, feels like. But anyway, we're going to get through it. Today, we're going to do our weekly wisdom because we did not get to do it yesterday. I'm going to talk about that in a few moments. But before we do, let's start first thing first with our astro-numerology forecast for today, courtesy of Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. It is Monday, September the 23rd. The sun is in Libra, the moon is in Gemini. It's an 8 universal month, a 3 universal week, a 4 universal day. The better you organize your day, the better the results will be. But it all depends on exactly what you want to accomplish before the day is done. There are also opportunities in the air to take advantage of anything that's nailed down that could prove beneficial to your career, along with the better than average chance to travel away this coming weekend. Aquarius, Leo, Gemini, and those born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, 13th, 19th, 22nd, 28th, and 31st of the month are the ones to experience an odd assortment of things. Once again, that is the Astro-Numerology forecast, courtesy of Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. You can download the app so that you can get your forecasts every single day. Just go to a star 8, ASTAR, the number 8.com. You can also download it on the App Store, Google Play, or go to Linktree/numbers in you, where you had the access to some of his more exclusive products and services, including the free monthly newsletter. Because it's getting close to the end of September and it's almost October, that could only mean one thing. It's time for the preview season. During this period of time, you get to see what the energy is like for the next year. Make sure that if you have not done so already, that you get your 2025 Astro-Numerology forecast to make sure that you plan your year for success. You can get that and a deep dive consultation with myself at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. I just want to let you know that the new podcast has already began. I posted the first episode on yesterday, Sunday. That's why I did not do the weekly wisdom. I feel like that's a good reason for me to miss the Sunday, but I didn't want you to go the whole week without a weekly wisdom. So I'm going to do the weekly wisdom today. But before we get into that, I want you to go and check out the new podcast, Astro-Numerology Reveal. Especially if you like numerology, you can find it on the same channel. I'm interviewing some interesting and fascinating guest. Yesterday, I interviewed Lloyd Strayhorn, and he talked about the evolution of numerology over the past 40 years. I also interviewed Mr. Westbrooks, another astronumerology, and we sat down and we talked about the master numbers. Today, you'll get to see myself interviewing another fabulous astronumerologist, Queen B. She will be breaking down P. Diddy's favorable and unfavorable numbers. So make sure you check these videos out. Make sure you share those. Make sure you support the new channel. Thank you so much. I just wanted to make that public service announcement. But we're going to get into this weekly wisdom because I feel like it's going to be a good one. Somebody's got something planned this week. Feels like people got a lot of things going on. And next week's schedule may kind of be the same way for me because that's going to be a very productive weekend for me as well. But I will not go without having you get the weekly wisdom. While I'm shuffling, let me break down to you what the weekly wisdom is in case you're here for the first time. So, the weekly wisdom is when I pull an oracle card and I use the number off the card to read the card and feel the energy for the week. See what we can focus on for the week to help us grow. That's what I usually do. And I started just recently adding an affirmation to that. And I'll build on that interpretation. And that's the weekly wisdom. It's to keep you focused throughout your week. Hmm. This one is call on your runners. The card number is, in case you can't see it, the number 42. When I add that 4 plus 2 together, we get the number 6. But before we get into that, let's read. Let's read what the card says. I read the card interpretation first, and then I give my very own interpretation. It says, there's no need ever again to search in vain for anything or fear that what you seek isn't out there, or that if it is, you'll miss it. Be it a good parking spot, the ideal abode, or even your soulmate, you have a group of spirit guides called runners who are ready, willing, and able to help you find exactly what you seek. Humorous, efficient, and practical, they're called runners because they're very close to the natural world and actually run ahead of you to find what you seek. Their favorite sport is to guide you to the right place at the right time. They're the hidden force behind what is known as luck. They're the gophers of the spirit world, but work only on assignments. They love to serve and are at your beck and call. Send them ahead to save you a good seat at the movies or on your flight or to find questions for your research project. Call on them now to help connect you with your heart's desire. Relax your brain and put them to work instead. Take them with you wherever you go and let them make your lucky day. So, the energy that I'm feeling from this card is, and this energy has been kind of heavy recently. And what I'm feeling is there's a lot of people that feel like they have to take the weight of the whole world on their shoulders. I thought about a story because I was going to turn this into maybe an episode, but I'll go ahead and share now. I wanted to share with you about a time that my family and I, some of my cousins, we decided that we were going to take a vacation to the mountains one weekend. We went on this vacation. All of us were coming together just to spend time with each other. Everything was going well. And on the last day of the trip, things just seemed different. I woke up that morning and everybody treated me like it was my birthday, but it wasn't even my birthday. Everybody was so nice to me. Do you need anything? Are you okay? And me, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what's going on here? And eventually, this was our last day anyway. We had plans to go to this outing, and we went to this place, this rec center. And at the rec center, one of my cousins, because we all traveled separately, one of my cousins decided to go home. And I'm like, why would she go home? And I thought, well, maybe her and her husband had gotten into it about something and they just got mad and decided to go home. Didn't think anything else of it. But I had another cousin there, and her family and my family were still left there. And she was like, you know what? I think I'm going to need help getting back home. So can I follow you back? And in my mind, I'm thinking, ever heard of GPS? But at the same time, I didn't want to say that. So I was like, yeah, sure, okay. And when we decided to leave, we went on home. I drove. And when we got like 5 miles from my home, she motioned for me to pull over on the side of the road. So I decided to go ahead and pull on the side of the road to see what she wanted. I kind of already had a sense of what was going on, but I wasn't thinking about it too much. And so when she pulled me over, that's when she told me that my grandmother had passed away that morning, which it was something that was not a shock or a surprise because before we left, she was sick and we actually didn't want to go on the trip because we wanted to stay there. But my family was like, no, go on the trip. We're going to be with her. Everything's going to be okay. And when we came back, she passed away that same day. And so the reason why they were so protective over me is because of the fact that I was kind of like one of my grandmother's children. I was like the youngest child or something. So we were really close. And I guess they felt like I wouldn't have been able to manage the trip back home. So, anyway, I thought about it and I'm like, okay, this happened. Things like this usually happens. I went to my house for maybe an hour or so, got myself together, and then I went to go visit the rest of the family. But the point that I'm trying to make is that a lot of times people go through things and it's not what you go through, it's how you choose to go through it. So I feel like that there's someone that may be holding on to some things that they should really let go of. The serenity prayer talks about having the courage and the strength to get through the things that cannot be changed. And I see a lot of people, and it bothers me. I see a lot of people that hold on to things for so long and go into depression and anxiety of things that cannot be changed. And maybe people don't understand, but it makes things more difficult to deal with when you're looking at things from that perspective. This is where you have to make the choice to respond and not react. See, some people get caught up in the downward spiral because where they should respond, they react. And when we think about that number six also can represent control issues. So a lot of times when I say control issues, people don't look at it in this way. But a control issue is trying to change something that can't be changed simply because you think it should be changed. And it is not fair to change. So, what I'm saying to you, the energy for this week is talking about finding harmony and balance in your world. And you find that harmony and balance by letting go of those things that you can no longer change, releasing control of certain situations. Because sometimes you think you're controlling the situation, and the situation is controlling you. So it's important for you to have that harmony within yourself. And the only reason why you can have that harmony within yourself is you have to stop fighting yourself for the things that you're going through. And that's where that saying comes in: let go and let God. And this is what this message is telling you. You have a higher self. And to me, what I feel like with that higher self is that a higher self is all wise, all knowing, knows what's coming up, knows how to get over it. So why should you worry? Allow things to flow the way that they are supposed to flow. You don't know why you're going through what you're going through. It could be putting you in a better position. And this is also about going into that universal 9 year, the year that we're going into this year coming up. Universally, we're going to be dealing with this energy of having to let go. And one thing that we really need to let go, especially in terms of aligning with manifestation, is holding on to things that don't really serve us. Because the truth of the matter is, you're never really in control, are you? Think about that. And now I'm going to get off my soapbox because I'm going to pick an affirmation and I'm going to do, oh, so I just opened the book and it says, do stuff, be clenched, curious, not waiting for inspiration, shove, or society's kiss on your forehead. Pay attention. It's all about paying attention. Attention is vitality. It connects you with others. It makes you eager. Stay eager. Susie Sontag. And when we talk about stay eager this week about the right things. Be curious about the things that are on your mind and in your life that no longer needs to be there. Well, that is the weekly wisdom for today. As usual, I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.